high level. Okay, it was the spirit of Rav Hamnuna Saba, right? It was an aberration of a soul that wanted to teach him Torah, and he teaches him Torah. The whole rest of that whole book, okay, of that passage in the Zohar, a long expose on reincarnations and souls. But he asked him a riddle of 3 riddles. I'm not going to give you all 3 riddles. I'm going to take one riddle. Here, on the third to the last dot we have here, where it says, cover your eyes. Do you see it?
Yes.
This is the riddle. Really, it should be, who is the beautiful maiden who has no eyes? Okay, but it says, what is the beautiful maiden who has no eyes, whose body is hidden and revealed? She goes out in the morning, she's covered during the day, and she is adorned in adornments that do not exist. Okay, go figure. That's something to meditate on while you're sleeping. Adornments that do not exist? Okay. We're just going to focus on the beautiful maiden who has no eyes. Who is the beautiful maiden who has no eyes? Oddly enough, this is like really wild. Who is the beautiful maiden who has no eyes? First of all, if she has no eyes, how is she beautiful? Okay, besides that, if you can get around that, just the fact of who is the beautiful maiden who has no eyes, what is the significance? Who is it? You know who it is. What? Yes, but let's get something more before we get to the Shekhinah, and it is true. Okay, in the Chumash, who do you think who it might be? No, in the Chumash, a character in the Chumash, a woman in the Chumash.
It's a person in the Chumash.
Almost. Rachel. Why Rachel? Leah, it speaks about her eyes in the Torah. It doesn't speak about Rachel's eyes in the Torah. But Rachel is the symbol of the Shekhinah, the divine presence. But it's the revealed Shekhinah. Because as we know, Rachel is buried in Beit Lechem, on the side of the road. You see, Leah is buried underground. There's a whole thing there. Huge works written about Leah and Rachel. This one is hidden and this one is exposed. This one is out in the open, revealed. The Shekhinah revealed. Let alone, though, okay, we're not going to get to the rest of this, but the idea of us covering our eyes is the beautiful maiden who has no eyes. We're going to get more into this. I'm going to pass out another text. This is Rabbi Nachman, okay? I'll keep one. Actually, I got the book here, so. Some here, some here.
Is there an extra one of these to have?
I passed all of them out. If there might be down
At the
there.
end.
A few pages?
It should be stapled together, are they? Oh, no? How's that? I mean, I didn't staple. Are some of them stapled?
How many?
Those are stapled. Mine was stapled.
Oh, some are not.
This is not- these
You're right,
are
I
not
forgot.
here. Okay, so what are we
Missed out.
starting with 149
148, 149.
through what?
So that goes with that. I can start
There's another set. I'll just pass you the set.
Oh, it must go to 155. Does that sound right?
Segula?
Does it go to 155?
There was a woman who was breached.
Yeah, it must be because then we're at 149 again, so it's got to be right. Here you go.
Okay, this is a really famous Torah of Rabbi Nachman. While you guys are divvying it, I might not have enough copies for everybody, so you might have to share. Okay, if not, listen. The Torah of Rabbi Nachman. We'll get to it later. You can handle it. Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. Okay.
It's 4 pages.
Torah 36 of Rabbi Nachman speaks about. This is in the middle of the Torah, but I have to give you just a very small background. He speaks about the 70 languages, the reason why that we are exiled among the 70 languages is because each one of the languages has its own klipa. What is a klipa? Klipa is a husk, a shell, a negative aspect that needs to be elevated. Okay? So the idea is why people have to go into exile among these languages is in order to elevate through the language. But he says there's one klipa that overrules everything. The one klipa that takes over everything, which is like the force of evil, is the klipa of niyuf. Niyuf is adultery. Okay? Are you following me? Is everybody? It's like heavy paper shuffling here.
How many pages is it?
It's heavy duty.
It's 4 sheets, starting with
Right.
149, 149.
So encompassing all 70 languages, all these evil traits of theirs, right? Encompassing all of them is the desire for immorality. Okay? So the ultimate desire to break that encompasses all of the elements of evil is immorality, according to this Torah of Rabbi Nachman. Okay? Are we there? Are we working it?
It wasn't clear.
Sorry, I didn't go through it. I just God willing, I'll be more prepared next time and have somebody staple it. 149, 3. You there? Are you there?
Pages?
4 pages. 49, 50. She's missing 2 pages.
Because everything goes into the desires go through the eyes.
Yeah. Here. Well, I mean, that's the place where the evil inclination rules.
So because the shema says you lust after your eyes.
Say that again? Yes, it says in the Shema, don't go after your eyes and your heart that cause you to go astray.
Say it again?
It says in the 3rd paragraph of the Shema, don't go after your eyes and your heart that cause you to go astray. Therefore, I'm on paragraph 3. Is everybody there?
Yes.
Therefore, when reciting the first verse of the Kriyat Shema, a person has to shut his eyes, corresponding to a beautiful maiden who has no eyes. Because you become the Shekhinah. So I said it's Kabbalat Ol Malchut Shamayim. It's a receiving. The Shekhinah is the receiving energy. When we say that the purpose of creation was for God to bestow pleasure,
This is 55.
so His purpose was to bestow pleasure. Instantly had to be created an entity that would receive the pleasure. That entity that is to receive the pleasure is the Shekhinah. We are children of the Shekhinah. Okay? But here, in terms of the Shema, you become that connection of the Shekhinah. You become Rachel. Okay? This is because of the rectification for the lustful thoughts that come to a person. It's for him to recite Shema and Baruch Shem Kavod. This is what you can teach your men at home, right? Slap them and say the Shema, right? Because you have to say it with great concentration. By the way, just to interlude a halacha that we don't talk about is, sometimes if you didn't say things with proper kavanah, you could repeat them. Certain things, but the Shema you cannot repeat. In other words, if you say the Shema and you didn't say the proper intention, you can't say Shema, Shema. As a matter of fact, the Mishnah says we knock the guy in the head who says that. Okay? Because it implies that there's 2 rulers, 2 powers, not one. So we can't say Shema back to back, so to speak. We would say Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad Baruch Shem, that first paragraph, and then if you realize you weren't there, you were lost, you didn't have the right intention, you didn't imagine that you were being burned by fire totally, then go back and do it again. Okay? But only after that. In any case, so why? Why is it the Shema and Baruch Shem are the elements that save a person when the thoughts go astray? Okay? This is because the desire for immorality comes from a turbidity. I'm sorry.
Of the blood. Turbidity of the blood. What?
Turbidity of the blood, which is achirat damin, which is the dirtiness of the blood. Sorry. You're right. If I would have translated and said dirtiness, it wouldn't be so good. They wouldn't like me. Art Scroll would definitely not hire me. What?
The soul is in the blood. How can it be dirty?
Oh, you'll see in a minute. Okay?
Her name comes up.
There is. King David said, my heart